How do you position yourself for a promotion starting a new year? I do not know. People's grammar is legitimately bad.
I know.
I read these things and I'm just like, what the fuck? It might be because it's an Instagram. It's like mostly DMs and that format doesn't.
Sometimes I try to like reword them, but also sometimes I don't know if it's the right way to
Yeah, we don't want to
reword
fuck
it.
with what people want to say.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to everyone writing in. We're so appreciative. We may make fun of your grammar. But how do you position yourself for a promotion? Clearly, this person wants a promotion now in the new year. So how do you position yourself for a promotion? I would say you should do a couple things. One is use the like everybody wants to be like a goody two shoes, like brown nosery beginning of the year to set a meeting with your manager or your boss to say, hey, here's all of my goals for this year. I want to accomplish this number of things. I really want to make a difference in doing blank. I want to make such and such better. And I want to finally help resolve this gnarly, not talked about elephant in the room problem that's been plaguing your group, right? Whatever that may be. Set the meeting with your boss, lay out all of those goals that you have for this year, lay out a vision for really the job you want, not just the job you have. Make sure the list of things you want to accomplish kind of include the things that you would do if you had a promotion, and leave it at that. So I don't think any manager really appreciates at the beginning of the year like somebody coming in and pounding on their desk and saying, I want a promotion. I think what managers appreciate is someone who comes in and is like, I'm going to make this job better. I'm going to make this place better. I'm going to make your life better, and I'm going to make our company better. Like, that's what managers want to hear. So I think if you do those things, you'll be super well positioned for a promotion. I think it's probably appropriate, a month into the year, a quarter into the year to say, hey, I've accomplished a lot of these things I've been working on. I really am eager to grow my career and advance my skill set and my knowledge and to expand my level and scope of responsibility. What's the best way to go about earning a promotion? I think the phrase earning a promotion is really important. I think sometimes people demand promotions, which I find unattractive. And then I think it just seems petty and small. Like, really, who gives a shit about the title? What you want is more responsibility. What you want is more pressure. And really what you want is more opportunity. So that's how I would ask for it. All right, second, how do you shake PTSD from a toxic work environment so that you can thrive in your new job so that you don't sabotage yourself in your new role? Ooh, this is a good one. I actually have seen this a lot. I think there's a couple things. One is if you're leaving a toxic job or a toxic company or a bad workplace, or frankly, just a bad situation, which makes you feel badly about yourself. Whenever I leave a job and I feel about it, I try to sleep for like 3 days. Like, I just feel like you need that little bit of time to like mope and feel sorry for yourself and feel sad. Like, do you ever mope, Mackenzie?
Oh, definitely.
Are you a moper?
Not like big time. I try not to be because then I overthink everything.
Yeah, I think like a little bit of moping is healthy. Do you know what I mean? You need the like 2 days of like being in your sweatpants and eating bad food and watching like shows that give you comfort, like Law and Order.
Yes.
If shit's going wrong in my life, I'm definitely watching Law and Order. So I think when you leave a toxic environment, you need to let yourself rest a little bit, and you need to let yourself feel the emotions and the sadness or the grief or the frustration or whatever, all those feelings that you have that you try to shove down and make sure nobody sees. Let them like envelop you for a little bit. Don't do it for too long. I think it's like 3 days max, 72 hours. The second thing I try to do, and I don't know if this is good advice or not, but at least it works for me, is I try to write down, what is it that I liked about this last job? What did I find valuable? What did I like? What was I good at in this last job? And what didn't I like? And where did I go wrong? And what didn't I do as well as I could have? Where are the situations that I fell down? Like, I think the exercise of writing down the good stuff and the bad stuff that you're ashamed about, it kind of solidifies those two things. And then I think the third thing to write down is, what do you want from this new job? And don't make it 100 things, don't make it 10 things. Make it 2 or 3 things of what do you want in this new job. And I think the process of like really dealing with your feelings of leaving, the second is articulating and kind of writing down and memorializing what was good and what was bad and what you learned, and then really setting your sights on what's next. It can be really, really important. You know, it's funny, I talked to my dad this morning on my walk to work, and my dad was like, we can only look forward. Like, it doesn't help you to look back. It doesn't help you to wallow in what was or what went wrong or what you could have done differently or what someone else should have done differently. Like, that doesn't help you because you can't change any of that shit anyways. So I think looking forward is really important. So to do that, you got to let yourself have the feels of what went wrong. You got to be able to articulate those things and be crisp about it and honest. And then you got to set your sights on what's next. All right, last question. I'm in a constant mental dilemma of how much to work in order to succeed and live life. Oh my God, this person's like
This
in my
one
head.
I definitely tried to like.
You got a little copy at it?
Yeah, but I still was unsure of the first line.
Okay, I'm in a constant mental dilemma of how much to work in order to succeed and live life. I wake up one morning and I'm super motivated about working a lot to move up the ranks and make good money, something that's super important to me and I value. And other days I'm like, why kill myself in this rat race when I should just enjoy life? This person is like literally living in my head right now. Any advice on how to make it in the world without being miserable and working all the time? Or is that just how it needs to be? Ooh, okay. First of all, I don't think work should be miserable. Maybe I'm a crazy person. I love to work. I love coming to work. I have definitely hated work. I've hated people I've worked for. I've hated the people I worked with. I've hated myself in so many jobs. I've hated the job itself. All those things I've left. So the first thing I would do is like abandon the premise that working a lot means you're unhappy and work equals misery. I think that I could have done a better job in my 20s and my 30s of working less and living life more and knowing myself better. Like that will be one of the regrets in my life, is that I just worked away my 20s and 30s. But I don't think I would be here if I didn't work away my 20s and 30s. And I do think at the end of the day, I really loved my work. Like I loved work. Even the bad experiences, I loved learning from them. So the first thing is like working a lot doesn't mean you're miserable. The second thing is you don't have to work all the time to succeed. I think you have to work hard. I think you have to be open to learning. I think you have to be self-critical. I think you have to be motivated and show initiative. I think one of the hardest things right now at work is just people don't have initiative. I don't know what is happening to people. Like, I don't know if being on Zoom all the time just like makes you feel like you're disconnected and you can't zoom in or live in or lean in. Like, you gotta have initiative, but you don't have to have it one way entirely or the other way. Like, I believe that you can have a great job that you work hard at, that fulfills you, and you can have a great life. Or you can have a great life that fulfills you, that you enjoy, that you relish, and that you immerse yourself in, and you can have a great job. So the two aren't mutually exclusive. I think you got to kind of meter yourself and understand what's really important to you in life. What do you want to make time for? What do you want to have time for? Where do you want to be? Like, what are the things that are sacred? And then you can also do the same thing for work. What do you really want out of your job? If work equates to being miserable, I think you're in the wrong job or the wrong industry or the wrong field or the wrong discipline or something. And so maybe that's the first place to start.